In spite of best efforts, pupil doesn't dilate beyond this. Chamber is shallow. A translimbal corneal tunnel is created. Visco-dispersive fill into the eye so that it becomes deeper. Tunnel floor entry with the cystotome. Rhexis is made little larger than the 3 to 3.5 millimeter pupil, and at the fag end of the rhexis it's purposefully made little larger so that nuclear extraction becomes that much easier. There is no release of visco from the chamber, so chamber remains deeper throughout, facilitating good rhexis. The tunnel is enlarged to 5.2 millimeters. Hydrodissection is made. The first thing that you do is by manual rotation of nucleus so that nucleus epinucleus gets separated from the cortex. One edge of the nucleus is lifted up and cartwheeled into the anterior chamber. The endothelium is protected by the presence of dispersive viscoelastic in the eye, in the anterior chamber. Nucleus is bisected and each piece is removed separately without stretching the tunnel. Take care that the endothelium is not rubbed by the moving nucleus by protecting it with the viscoelastic being injected continuously through the 25 gauge cannula that is also used to bisect the nucleus as well as to direct it outside the eye. Especially a designed wire vectis which is small in size is made to the shape and size of the heminucleus that's used to support the nucleus from behind, as you can see there, and that is a very narrow vectis, and that without stretching the tunnel it can guide the nucleus out. Ensure that the nucleus does not get impinged behind the corneal wall. Cortex aspiration is easy because capsular separating hydrodissection has been made. It's very important to remove all pieces of cortex which is not visible because of the small pupil, and this can be assured by regional clockwise removal of cortex by catching hold of the anterior leaf and then pulling it into the center and let it go there or aspirate into the port. If there is a doubt, you can always take a Sinskey hook and stretch the pupil sectorially and inspect if there is a hidden piece of cortex. Lens is placed in such a way that it goes directly into the capsular bag. Viscoelastic is completely removed from behind the lens and behind the endothelium by Simcoe irrigation. Let us see another case, a very similar case. It's done under topical anesthesia. Visco filling the chamber, dispersive visco, and tunnel floor entry, wherein you don't take the cystotome through the tunnel but you puncture the floor of the tunnel at the limbus and get into the anterior chamber. The cystotome is bent at about 45 degrees and not at 90 degrees to facilitate the puncture as you are entering the chamber. 5.2 millimeter keratome. All the instruments are autoclaved. There is nothing to be reused here. Soon after the surgery, everything goes into the wash and ultrasound and then to the autoclave. So that way there is no cables or tubings are needed for the surgery. By manual rotation of nucleus into the anterior chamber. These patients who have small pupil would certainly need 1% lignocaine anesthesia in the anterior chamber. 2 to 3 drops is more than sufficient. Make sure that the fluid is not blindly injected behind the iris. In case it goes through the zonules to the vitreous cavity, even if a small fraction of a drop goes into the vitreous cavity, it will cause a positive pressure due to misdirection of fluid. Even while doing hydrodissection, you need to be very careful that the fluid does not pass in between the anterior capsule and the iris. The hydrodissection cannula is specially designed to serve the purpose. cortical aspiration is done systematically from all the clock hours, so that any hidden cortex which comes as a surprise to anterior chamber on post-operative follow-up is totally avoided. Pupil doesn't dilate beyond this. Make sure that you don't touch the iris at any point of time, which will constrict the pupil. Intracameral adrenaline is not used because that has got deleterious effect on the endothelium. I try to dilate with tropicamide and phenylephrine before the surgery. A small wick of cotton kept at the limbus, at anywhere at the limbus, and a few drops of tropicamide phenylephrine will certainly help in further dilating the pupil. That's the end of surgery. At the end of surgery, the chamber is well formed by pressurizing it gently. That's the way, and thank you.